Yes, good afternoon. Welcome to Football Heritage TV, a brand new segment. And Sean from Spurs Talk Show has agreed to be the guinea pig, so to speak. This is 10 in 10. We ask football content creators from the Spurs community 10 questions about our club. They don't know what the questions are going to be. They have 1 minute to answer. I am not allowed to rebuttal. This is their time, and they do not know what I'm about to ask. So, Sean, first of all, thank you very much for agreeing to do this. How are you? You well?
Good, mate. I'm a little bit nervous, if I'm honest. I feel like I'm in an interview. I don't know what to expect, but I'm excited at the same time. Thanks for having me.
Listen, in fairness, it's a subject that we all talk about all day, every day. So it's not, I can't imagine there's going to be any curveballs in there. I'm not asking you about the currency of Singapore versus the dollar. I'm not doing any of that. Look, you will have 1 minute. I will let you know if you are about to go over the 1 minute. So, Sean Butler from Spurs Talk Show, are you ready for 10 in 10?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. Question one, Sean. Where are Tottenham Hotspur going to finish this season and why?
This season, Tottenham are going to finish 7th, I think, now. I had, unfortunately, reset my expectations about a week before the disaster that happened at Chelsea, in the Chelsea game. I think that our squad is just not deep enough. I think that Aston Villa, as much as it kills me to say it, are looking like a team that's very balanced, have a little bit more depth, aren't suffering from injuries. I think that there's Manchester City, Arsenal, and Liverpool are definitely going to be ahead. And I would say Newcastle United at this stage. I'm going to change my answer to 6th. I should have said 6th, not 7th. But I think there's 5 teams that have got more depth in front of us, or more depth than we have at the moment. And I don't even think in all reasonable behavior, I don't think in January we're going to bring in enough that we'll have enough time to acclimate and get the injuries back as well in order to kind of kick into the second half of the season in time. So 6th this season, and then use the summer as a rebuilding block to go again next year.
Exactly 1 minute. Well done on that. Second question. Who is better? Is it Christian Romero or is it Mickey van der Ven? And I need an answer. There's no fence sitting and I want to know why.
Well, I think that I'm going to caveat this by saying I think both of them are fantastic players. I believe that on current trajectories, Mickey van der Ven will become a better player in the future. I think that Romero, for right now, seems to put in absolutely mesmerical performances for Argentina. Best performance of his Argentina career last night, I believe. But I do think that recklessness that he has, where he has 4 red cards in 75 games, whatever it is, for Tottenham, could have been 5, could have been 6, if we're being honest. I think that just edges him down a little bit. And for our particular system, I think Mickey van der Ven will become more influential and more important as his career goes on. So right now it's Romero, but in the future it will be Mickey van der Ven.
You know what I said about no fence sitting, and then it ends with, yeah, okay, cool. I like it. Question 3. How much will Daniel Levy spend in the January transfer window that's coming up?
Okay, I think £70 million is a reasonable target, 60 to 70. I don't know how that will be split up. I think that Tottenham will probably try and find the cheap option at the centre-back, like a Lloyd Kelly, who, by the way, I actually am warming up to. I think his physical attributes will suit our system more than he's currently shown at Bournemouth. I think we'll find some money for a striker, but I think that there'll be some loan deals with obligations or options, and I think that it might not actually look like 70 million in physical terms, but I think it will add up to be about 70. I think that when they say that Tottenham don't have the money to spend, I don't believe it's a smokescreen. I do believe that unless Daniel Levy finds that 50 million quid from under the couch that he didn't put in last summer, then I think that Tottenham's current wage structure and current net spend over the last 6 years does equate to about 80% of our revenue, which is FFP limitation. So I say £70 million, Savva.
£70 million. I was going to go with 7, but hey, listen, each to their own. I wasn't really. Question 4. What's Spurs' weakest position on the pitch? Where are we weakest?
Oh, God. Left wing at the moment. With our injury squad, left wing at the moment. I think even though we've got 5 players that can play there, none of them can do what a left wing needs to do. And with Perisic out, Manor Solomon out, Richarlison out, Brennan Johnson being shoehorned in, yeah, I think at the moment our left wing is our weakest position on the pitch.
I'll ask, because that was quite quick, I'll ask you a caveat to that. Would you be buying a left winger in January?
Yeah. Somewhat, I'd like to buy a winger, someone that can run at a team, run at a player. I don't care if it's a versatile player. I don't care if it's a right winger because it suits to get the right winger. There's a better option there. Then you can move Decky over to the left or Decky into the centre and let someone else play on the left hand side. I think we have options, but I just don't think we have enough players that can drive at a player. And if you're someone who can drive at a player, you can usually do it on both sides of the pitch. So I do want to see a forward come in, 100%.
Yeah, like that. Good answer. Good answer. Question 5. If you could bring back one player from our past, from Tottenham's past, who would it be? Where would they fit in and why? One player.
Any player? Wow.
Any player that's played for Tottenham Hotspur in our history.
A very, very fit. No, hang on let me think about this. At the very moment, I'd love to see David Ginola play on the left wing.
It's like I've paid you. It's like I've paid you.
Oh, really?
Oh, I mean,
is that who you were going to go
every time I just love David Ginola, everything about him.
Yeah, he's amazing. Yeah. I was going to say Gareth Bale, but then I was like, well, Gareth Bale was at his best playing kind of a left back for me, and I think you've already got Udogie there. So I think if you're trying to shoehorn someone into where you need them right now, I think David Ginola running at the team, running at players would just be a game changer for Tottenham.
There we go. We're bringing back David. Question 6. Did Ange get his tactics wrong when he played the high line that was higher than a high line against Chelsea in the second half?
This is the one I've gone back and forth on. I initially said it was madness, it was naive. Then I thought about it, slept on it, and I said, well, I can't think of another team that's ever gone down to 9 men and hasn't lost the game. I'm sure there are teams that have done it, but I can't think of it. And so if you were going to lose anyway, you might as well have a go. And I think if you parked the bus with our current squad that was available on the pitch, I think we would have lost anyway. I don't think we would have given away as many goals. What I'll say no, he didn't get it wrong, but I'll say he only didn't get it wrong because the scoreline was 4-1 and on another night could have been 4-2 or 4-3 if Tottenham took their chances. But if it had gone to the way it also could have gone, and Vicario comes out and does a rash challenge and gets a red card and misses 3 games, and we also go down, we lose 8-1, then I think the reaction would have been, yes, he 100% got it wrong. So because of the circumstance and the way it played out, I'll say, no, he didn't get it wrong, but I would like him to not be quite as mad if it happens again.
Love it. Sean for Prime Minister right here with these politician answers. I love this. Question 7. Which player has impressed you the most this season? It can be a new player. It can be somebody who was already here. Who has impressed you the most at Tottenham Hotspur this season thus far?
Impressed me the most, I would say, the toss-up. I'd say Vicario, I think. Probably because I had lower expectations. I was one of the guys who got it wrong. I thought that when we didn't sign him, I said after that, when I watched him in the friendlies, I was like, this guy likes to parry a lot. He looks a little bit nervous, not sure about this. We could have gone and got Raya. And as it's turned out, he's been the best goalkeeper in the league. He absolutely loves playing for Tottenham. He's full of passion and he's just bringing out world-class saves, being asked to play crazy high in that Chelsea game, for example, playing as a sweeper. And I think expectations versus delivery, for me, Vicario just about edges it. I think Maddison's been spectacular. Honourable mentions also for Van der Ven and Bissouma, but for me, Vicario gets the nod.
Yeah, I've got a feeling many would say that as well. The opposite question: who has impressed you the least for everyone that's played this season? Who's impressed you the least?
Expectations versus reality. I'm gonna say. Decky. Yeah, I was going to say Richarlison's been disappointing, but I don't expect much more from him. I think he's basically not. He's got more in him than what we've seen, but not a lot more. Decky, I think, does have a lot more in him, but I just feel like he doesn't trust his right foot. I don't know why, because every time I've ever seen him use his right foot, he's managed to squeeze in a lovely little cross.
Yeah.
And I think other opposition players know what he's going to do, so they show him down the outside, and he never takes it. I just wish he would, but he doesn't. And, for me, he's disappointed me a little bit with his predictability.
Yeah, can't disagree with you there. Question 9, the penultimate question. If you could make just one signing in January, you're allowed to sign just one player. Who would it be realistically? Let's not chuck names in like Lionel Messi and Mbappe. Who realistically would you like to see signed as the one signing?
Oh, so I get to pick one player, or does it mean if Tottenham only sign one, who does it have to be?
If we only sign one, who are you going for?
If we only sign one, then it has to be a left-sided centre back. And I don't know if this would be considered realistic, but I don't know if, Tapsoba's just signed the new contract, so I don't think he's signing. I don't know. I mean, I'd like Gleison Bremer, but I think he's negotiating a new contract. Like I say, I'm coming to terms with the idea of a Lloyd Kelly because I think he fits the thing, but he's not a dream signing. He's not, he's realistic, but he's not my only signing. Do you know what?
Yep.
Just to be a little bit controversial, I'm going to say, I'm going to flip the switch and say Antonio Nusa. I think I want to see that guy in a Tottenham shirt. I want to see that guy in a Tottenham shirt. Yeah.
Okay, we've gone from some left centre halves to Antonio Nusa.
I couldn't think of like a realistic, decent left-sided centre back.
Just quickly, are you going to play Antonio Nusa at left centre half? Is that what we're doing?
I think I want to see a guy drive at players, David Ginola or Nusa.
David Ginola or Nusa, either way.
Yeah.
And the last question for you is: what is your most unpopular opinion about Spurs? Something that you truly believe that maybe others really don't like.
Oh, it's something I've been espousing for the last 2 years. That Daniel Levy is, top 4 chairmans in the Premier League.
Top 4.
There's not many better. Yeah, I think there's only a couple that I'd rather have than Daniel Levy.
And I'm guessing it's not Chelsea's or Man City's right now.
No, well, I don't think them, but I think that I like Tony Bloom at Brighton. I like Matthew Benham at Brentford. I think that they obviously understand how to run a business, run a football club, utilize their skill sets and work to their strengths. I think that after that, I don't particularly like the idea of what Bowley does. I think it's just too reckless and speculative. And I think that Manchester City and Newcastle, those guys, I think that kind of defeats the purpose of trying to grow a team organically and earn your way to the top, not just buy your way. So, yeah, I think Daniel Levy of the rest is one of the guys I understand why people get frustrated, but I think Daniel Levy's genuinely done a good job at Tottenham.
And if I can, I'm just going to put in one bonus question. It doesn't have to be a minute. Tottenham are playing Villa this Sunday at home. It looks like Adogie's out, Van der Ven, Romero, Maddison, Bissouma. What score are you going for at home to Villa?
Oh, mate. I can't bring myself to say what I really think because I'm not.
No, go on, say it. Come on.
I think we're going to be on the receiving end. I think we're going to be beaten 2-1. I think we're going to be beaten 2-1. If it's true that Udogie's out, if Udogie's in, I think Tottenham have got half a chance of getting something out of the game. But if you've got to play Ben Davies and Dyer and Ash Phillips apparently is out injured as well now, so it's gonna be painful. Could even be 3-1. Could be worse, But I think we'll score. How about that?
Yeah. Well, listen, some positive to end on. Spurs are going to grab a goal. Listen, Sean, thank you very much. There you have it.
I enjoyed that, mate. I enjoyed that. It's really good.
What we've learned from you today is we want Antonio Nusa and David Ginola in some sort of weird left-sided combo. You're coming around to the idea of Lloyd Kelly. Daniel Levy's in the Champions League of chairman in terms of the top 4. Spurs are going to lose 2-1 to Aston Villa, which I think if a lot of people look deep down, I think it's not a terrible opinion. And if you could and if you could pick one of VDV or Romero at the moment, Romero, but it will be VDV in the future. Listen, Sean, thanks so much for doing that. Quickly let people know, I'm sure they already follow you. Where can people find you? Where do they need to subscribe? Yeah,
Spurs Talk Show on all of the channels, all of the social stuff. Yeah, take my dog for a walk and occasionally do live streams and things. But yeah, that's it. Spurs Talk Show. Savva, I really enjoyed it, mate. It's a great concept. Felt a little bit of pressure. Felt like a little bit like that. What's that program where it's like a quiz game where the people sit in a black leather chair?
Is it Mastermind?
Mastermind. It feels like a little bit like a Mastermind scenario.
Yeah. Your specialist subject is Tottenham Hotspur. Oh my God, I don't know what to. Yeah. Listen,
very good, mate. Very good.
Thank you very much. And listen, if you enjoyed this, next week we'll have another Spurs YouTuber on, and we'll keep going until we get through all the Spurs YouTubers, and we'll go back round again. Different questions every week, depending on the games. But Sean, thank you very much. Please subscribe to Spurs Talk Show. Please keep subscribing to Football Heritage TV. And we will see you later tonight at 9 p.m. for a pub quiz to get us through the international week. Take care, everyone. See you later. And as always, come on, you Spurs.